to NerdCasts, a quirky conversation platform where we explore all things pop culture, business, as well as technology. You might be wondering who's the brains behind all of this. Well, I've got you. NerdCasts is brought to you by Nerdware, a leading software and digital marketing agency that embodies African influence and embraces female digital dominance. My name is Itumeleng Baepane, and I don't come alone. I am here with the most incredible brains behind all things paid media here at Nerdware. Hi, teamies, welcome.
Hi, Itumeleng.
How do you guys feel about being the first to be part of this incredible launch for Nerdware?
I mean, it feels very amazing, even though I'm a bit nervous because now we need to lead the way. But no, I'm feeling excited.
And what about you, Nox?
Absolutely excited. I think this is a great experience. So let's launch this.
Well, I've teased a bit about the fact that you guys are paid media specialists. What is interesting that our audience doesn't know about you guys is that you specialize in different areas. And equally interesting are the developments on the different platforms that you guys are specialists on. Irish, you work a lot on Google.
Correct.
An interesting thing that I saw recently about Google, this law case that's going on, Google being taken to court allegedly for paying Apple to be the leading browser on all Apple devices. It's quite interesting. Have you guys picked up on this? I mean, you work with AI also. What are your thoughts on what's actually going on with this entire case?
So definitely we have picked up on it. I would say from a marketer's perspective, what we just need to be very conscious of is to practice, responsible marketing, especially when it comes to data practices, as long as implementing, systems integrity, when we work with those kind of tools. We also need to be very transparent with the data that we share with our customers. And just just follow the laws. And I always tell people when it comes to privacy protection, always read. Always read and don't follow things blindly. That's my take out from it. There's always a learning if something turbulent happens, on the web. So yeah.
Now, Nox, you've also nodded, so you've clearly seen this around. What do you think about, or what are your thoughts rather, on this entire case,
So basically, we are expecting to get something like this, especially that Google is a monopoly company. So if you're the only one in the industry and there's no other competition, you are going to be naming the prices and, putting in implements that people really don't know, but you don't have any competition. So in this case, as a marketer, I always say to businesses, always have a website that is self-sufficient without any plugins, such as your social media, such as Google Ads, that if these things were to go down, your company could still be able to advertise itself to its customers and still be efficient.
That's so interesting because we are in a space where we punt advertising so much. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
what then is, have you seen that really work out for businesses in this landscape, where if you're not advertising, nobody knows about you kind of thing? Does it actually work out? Or what are the challenges? What are the advantages? You've listed some, but, in this landscape, does it really work?
I didn't even get your question, is?
Because you're advising against plugins and social media plugins and all
I
that.
wouldn't really say advising, always as a business, you have to be conscious that if plugins weren't available, would the business still be able to be sufficient? If Facebook was to go down, could you guys still do advertising? So that's why I say it's always so important that your website, a business has such a sufficient website that even if we didn't have plugins, we're still able to process and do our marketing.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing how we actually manage that, because these platforms are always reinventing themselves. They're always coming up with new ways to help businesses advertise themselves even better. Irish, with Google, what are some new things that you've seen, that you've picked up on, that are evidence of Google consistently reinventing itself, even though we've highlighted this pending issue?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think from a search engine perspective, I've seen a lot of AI changes where, you know, like if you just search on Google for anything, like there are AI tools now that just help you navigate like your search. For example, I've seen what it does. It condenses like all the info, like whatever it is that you're searching for, and then like, you know, like you normally get like on your search engine results page different websites that you can go to for either organic or either paid. But then now with AI, what it has done, it condenses all the information and it just gives you all the research like for you. So I've seen like a lot of changes. And then I guess from a paid media perspective, because I work on Google a lot, with search, what Google does now, we've got responsive search ads as opposed to like your normal search ads. So I believe that what it does, it allows for us to be more storytellers and not sound more salesy when we advertise to people, but then rather talk about your USP, which is your unique selling point. What are the benefits of what you're selling, be it a product or a service? What are the features? How is it different from your competitors, I guess? And like what just makes you like that product? So I guess it has given us a space to be more content driven as opposed to be salesy and just hard selling something to someone, because I feel like people don't appreciate that anymore.
Absolutely.
Interesting you say that. I think about storytelling a lot. I've dabbled in paid media back when Facebook was still, you know, the platform to advertise on. It's changed a lot now, so you can't even ask me anything about
It's even
that.
better.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's so much that has changed. So what would you both say are like best practices? I think we can start with Google because we've been touching on Google now, and then we'll get onto Knox's favorite platform.
So I guess across the board, be it Google, be it Facebook, whatever you're doing with technology, like I said, you just need to be very responsible with innovation, with also adaptation as well. Like I tell people, like, guys, read, and from a business perspective, you just need to be very transparent and honest about your dealings or like the type of marketing that you're doing. Like I said to you, like systems integrity is a thing.
When we dive deep into the world of Google, or just paid advertising, we hear a lot of things about optimizing and best strategies and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. What would you say are best practices with advertising on Google based off of what you've learned and experienced?
I would definitely say give the people what they want. What I mean by that is, so when you're talking about optimizing, so while our campaigns are still running, it's not like you just run a campaign once off and then you just let it hang and wait for you to get results. Obviously, you will get results, but then how are we optimizing, be it on a daily or a weekly perspective? You tend to search as to what is it that people are actually searching for, the kind of questions that they're searching for. So now you need to remodel your wording or your ads to actually be in conjunction with what they're searching for so that you can meet them at the right place at the right time.
There's really a lot that I think we can unpack on Google, but
Definitely.
I don't want to take too much of the spotlight
Google
on
will
that
take
one.
you on a rabbit hole, that much I will tell you. It's very interesting and I love it.
Sure. Now, we can't talk paid media without talking about TikTok, the new kid on the block, and we are lucky to have the queen of TikTok right here with us. No, you are the queen of TikTok. That's like your favorite platform.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you have only the best to say about the platform. What's new on TikTok today?
Oh my gosh, there's so much new. Basically, what TikTok the trends, how people are putting together their content. So it's really around that, and also just showing you how to monetize on TikTok, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business platform for you to be able to, you know, push your business through. So yeah, there's quite a lot. I mean, there's even creative insights, just to kind of get insight what people are searching for, what people are looking for, keywords that are important. So there's really quite a lot. But I advise everybody to go to the Creative Center to see what TikTok has all in there.
Yeah. I also read that TikTok has like some AI creator stuff where now you have to like tag or make obvious that you've used AI to generate creators and stuff. How's that doing on the platform? We know TikTok is very big on like video content. It's very entertaining, typically dance stuff. So have you seen content like that? How is that performing? Are you also experimenting with that kind of stuff?
No, we're actually seeing quite a lot of it, especially as just like as a plug-in. And it's also making, people used to say that TikTok is like a whole production company because you need lighting, you need all of this. But with the AI, it's just making videos much easier for people, but still being able to have like plug-ins. So I think that's what TikTok has done, especially with including the AI aspect of it. And yeah, it's made it easier just to have fun and create these beautiful videos that we get to watch.
Yeah. Would you say that there is like a migration, guys, from Google to TikTok? I mean, if you think about it, would you say that there's maybe a level playing field for search as well as, social media to really dominate the paid media space?
So I wouldn't really say a migration, but then rather, and also not to be biased as well, but then TikTok has evolved into becoming our new search engine. And what differentiates it from other platforms is the fact that it has given so many people a space for them to become themselves, a space for people to actually actualize their whole creative self-expression. I feel like also with the fact that, content creators can actually monetize off of what they're doing, their passions, who they are, and it's just a space where you just don't force to do something or become something like Instagram, for example, like from a organic or content perspective, like
absolutely.
it puts so much pressure on people to become actually what they're not. But then TikTok, I feel like people are starting to appreciate like people's authenticity, people's rawness, and so forth. So that's what I feel personally.
No, I absolutely agree with Irish, what he's saying. It's just allowed people to be themselves, where Instagram had more of like an aesthetic. It either had to be, you had to be rich, you had to be travelly, where TikTok, you can just be in the comfort of your home and just create good content. So, yeah, absolutely agree with what Irish is saying.
Definitely.
And for you, Irish, what do you predict to be the future of paid media? So you can speak about it either from a Google perspective or just in general.
In terms of predictions, I wish I was a psychic to actually look into the future. Kidding. But then I would say because now we're in a space where we innovate and disrupt. My thing is always I always believe in respecting tradition before we innovate and just try out that tried and true methods. And like I touched on earlier when we spoke about AI, the whole thing of transparency when it comes to data, touching. Are you able to reach a certain goal at a certain time that is very realistic for you and to you, and because now we're facing so much pressure, and because now we want to always hop into trends and hop into what our competitors are doing, I feel like it's taking away from our authenticity. So I believe that always ground yourself with frameworks, and that will actually stop all of us from having inertia and having to feel like we're under pressure and so forth, because we never know what's going to happen in the future. As long as you just ground yourself within the heart of the business or the heart of your own self.
I think we don't really think about often when we're in the midst of everything that's going on. We just want to adapt so quickly, which is good.
Absolutely.
But then what is your foundation? What's your framework?
True.
Sure. Well, thank you guys for being a part of this incredible launch.
Thank you for having
episode.
us.
Of course. I've learned so much from just this quick sit down with you guys. I look forward to digging more into your brains. There's so much that's changing and growing on the respective platforms.
Absolutely.
So I look forward to those side conversations.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
Of
so much.
course. Now, if you've tuned into this episode of NerdCasts, look forward to more that will be coming out. We'll have more of the incredible minds working at this agency sharing tips and tricks and new things happening in their respective fields. I am Itumeleng. Thank you for tuning in.